So with all this P-Diddy stuff coming out, there's going to be a lot more stuff coming out, details that a lot of people are going to feel very, 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 very uncomfortable with, because it's disgusting and it's depraved and it's evil. There's going to be people who are just simply uncomfortable with hearing it because they don't want to know the truth. They want to remain shallow. They want to remain in the dark because that's easier to deal with than knowing the truth and knowing the details of all this disgusting, evil, depraved stuff. There's also people out there who this stuff has happened to. They have been molested, they have been abused, they have been raped, they have been all sorts of awful, disgusting things have happened to them against their will. As children, as young adults, as babies, they may not even remember it happening, but they have the trauma. Their brains remember, their bodies remember. Our bodies keep the score. Read that book. It's a book. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. And our bodies remember. Our brains have a way of tuning stuff like that out if it needs to in order to protect itself, in order to go on in life. But our bodies always remember. So if you're somebody and you cannot hear the stuff, I want you to ask yourself why. Okay? Ask yourself, why am I feeling so uncomfortable with hearing about this stuff? And it might just be that you're uncomfortable hearing about it. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to know what's going on. Well, you got to know what's going on. You have to know that this is the reality of our world, okay? Because living in reality is the best thing. Even though reality sucks a lot of the time, there's also a lot of goodness. If you don't recognize the worst of it, you won't be able to recognize the best of it, and vice versa, okay? If you are somebody who's asking why, and you're like, I wonder if something happened, I want you to first of all pray, okay? Pray to God. Ask him for his truth, because he knows it all. He saw it all. He was there. He cried. I'm sure his heart is absolutely broken and devastated for you. But there is help out there for you. You're not alone. Unfortunately and fortunately. I want to encourage you to get the help that you need. Okay? Lastly, if you know somebody who's uncomfortable and they just are like, I can't hear it, I don't want to hear about it. Rather than judging them, get curious. Get curious, not judgmental. Ask them, why don't you want to hear about this? And then maybe they will ask themselves, why don't I want to hear about this? And maybe they'll figure some stuff out. But if you're just judgmental and you're like, oh, you just want to remain shallow, you have no idea why they don't want to hear about it. Okay? Get curious, not judgmental. Have compassion for people. Even if they want to remain shallow, that's between them and God. And you can pray for them. You can't force all the information on them. You can't make them want to know it. But you can pray for them. You can pray that God shows them the truth. You can encourage them to ask God to show them the truth. You never know what might happen. Okay, love you. Bye.